Friends, here it is, posting and pinning. Hey.
What?
And my comment failed to post. Well, hi. See? It's working. It's just very slow today because it's a Tuesday. Hello. Welcome.
Hiya.
I'm just should jump out and redo it.
Hi. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, you're on.
It's working. It's very slow today.
Okay. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it just all of a sudden it went from nothing to everything. Hello.
I don't know.
Welcome to Between Two Nerds, you guys. Your source for voter registration information and education and a healthy dose of the best chatting with your favorite notable nerds. I am Courtenay Taylor.
And I am JP Karliak.
And we are Between
Two Nerds.
So, if you guys are just joining us, very exciting today. We have an amazing guest. I'm so excited. I haven't seen her in so long. But today, hi Scott. Today our guest is an amazing woman. She is, you will know her from Dancing with the Stars, the tour, and the show. You will know her from a little show called The Office. I don't know if you ever heard of it. But most importantly, she is my mom on OKKO Let's Be Heroes. She's Carol! Woo! So I have to let her in, and we're gonna do that. Except for she disappeared. Where is she? Kate, where are you? I saw you. There you are. I see you. Hi.
She is.
Did you like my greasy hair ponytails? Yeah. There she is! The flash,
Hey, what's up?
Beautiful red.
How are you? How you
Hi,
guys
honey.
doing? Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm trying to get my setup. I'm like, what's happening? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in crazy land. How about you?
Also in Crazyland, just Crazyland East.
Yeah.
Will you do me a favor, honey bun?
Yeah.
Will you move your camera, just tilt it down a smidge so we can see your gorge face?
Sorry.
There you are.
There we go. I'm wearing a booze shirt. Says,
What is-
I'm old fashioned. I'm old fashioned. Call me old fashioned.
Yes, I will call you old fashioned. You call me Beastie Boys. And what are you wearing, JP?
Right now.
What are you wearing? JP?
What am I wearing?
Yeah, what's your shirt? Mm-hmm.
My t-shirt today is A League Their Own. It's
Nice.
See,
Nice.
we're all representing all the things.
I kind of wore a Scranton shirt because I do have them, but yeah, they were in the wash today.
Yes, fun fact, Kate, in case you didn't know, JP is actually from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Oh my God. I have done some underage drinking there because I'm from Philly. So I actually went to Scranton when no one was there, when it was beyond uncool.
Yeah, I remember you and I had a chat about Cooper's, which is a wonderful restaurant.
Yes, it's been mentioned on The Office many times. It's a seafood restaurant. I actually, I was in the St. Patrick's Day parade 3 years ago, and they made me cut the ladies' bathroom line at Cooper's. Everyone hated me after that. There was no like back bathroom. I'm like, really? You're gonna make me like cut the line to these drunk women? Are you crazy? My people.
You're gonna get cut on St. Patrick's Day. That's not cool. Like they were asking you to take your life in your hands, even if you were from.
Yeah. Do you know how great it is to be in line for ladies?
Like St. Patrick's Day, Scranton is a war zone. It is deadly.
Because I would
it's
feel like if
awesome,
you were from
too.
Scranton, you would go to Philly to underage drink, not from Philly to Scranton to
I
underage
mostly
drink.
went to Philly to underage drink, but did go to Scranton.
Wrong.
I actually used to go to University of Pennsylvania, and I swear to God, if you were tall enough to reach the bar, they would let you drink. It was
The
awesome.
good old days, guys.
I know. Clue and cream. The worst.
Yeah. Now there's a whole thing with like holograms and stuff. I am like so glad that kids these days are like, I don't drink. And I'm like, because you can't, because it's impossible to forge an ID. Not that I ever did that. I did not.
Right.
For everyone that is joining us, who has not joined us before, this show is called Between Two Nerds. It's an offshoot of NerdsVote. We are a voter education, registration, information organization. And you can follow us here on Instagram and Twitter. And we will be dropping little bits of information about voting. Today, we have a little voter registration act, which is so easy and simple. It's actually the pinned comment right below, and it's just register to vote. You can just go, is it not pinned? Hold on. Guys, it's pinned. Hold on, I'm pinning it right now. I'm pinning it. I'm pinning it. I'm pinning it. It is our pinned comment. Head to our bit.ly, which is bit.ly/nerdsvote with a capital N, capital V, and register to vote, and make sure all your friends register to vote. That's all we have today except for that, and just buy some stamps at the post office. Guys, we need the post office. We need the post office.
Sorry.
Yeah, go postal. Go postal. So those two things, go get the cool hip hop stamps that they have there right now. I got some, they're amazing. They've got like B-boys and hip hop dancers, and it's super cool. Or just,
I think Elmo and Sesame Street are still there if you're into that.
we definitely have different brands on this show. Me versus JP. But yes, please do that. And please make sure that you are registered to vote. Now, more importantly, or equally as important, if you have questions for Kate Flannery, the Kate Flannery, because I have a million, but you guys can get a few in by hitting that little question box below. And we already have questions happening. Oh my gosh. I mean, okay.
Okay, guys, who wants to know my passwords? Let's go.
I already have your password.
Soch. What's my soch? You want to guess first?
Do you have a favorite episode of The Office? We'll start small.
It's so hard to pick one. It's kind of like your children, which I don't have any. But anyway, you know what? I loved doing Moroccan Christmas because it was one of the few times that I got to do an entire scene improvised with Steve Carell. Like, actually, most of us didn't even get a whole improvised scene with him. That was it. So the whole chase when Michael Scott drags Meredith into rehab, there was supposed to be a voiceover for the whole thing, but there wasn't. So we actually got to like play around, it was just so much fun and so crazy and just ridiculous. I mean, Steve Carell is like, he's such a genius. He's such a great actor. I'm still so intimidated, and we stopped shooting 7 years ago.
I think he would be, he seems like he's very friendly and warm and like he really wants to make everybody succeed, but himself just a little bit more.
He's got an amazing brain, though. What's in his brain is like, nobody has the capacity to try 5 different things, like to say the same words, but try them 5 different ways, where you're like, how did you even think of this, dude? What? Yeah, he's nuts.
So do you think that being on that show has, like, so you've done some voiceover since then, and do you think that show got you prepped to do animation stuff? Were you like, did that help you out with jumping into animation?
Actually, not so much, because Meredith I was more of a physical actor on a show. I got to do most of the physical comedy. A lot of my lines got cut or my storylines got cut because there's so much power in my face, I'm told.
Yes, you do.
But I will say, like, it's funny. I had done a voiceover on SNL back in 2003 or 2004. I can't remember. I think it was 3 for Robert Smigel for the Saturday TV Funhouse. They did a Peanuts, a Charlie Brown Christmas like parody, and I was the voice of Lucy because I had done that character. We used to do like Christmas specials live on stage when I was in Chicago at the Annoyance Theater when I was working at Second City. But anyway, so like I pretended to be Lucy, like, I know when I've been insulted. I know when I've been insulted. You know, like where you just kind of, he remembered my impersonation, like, because I tried to do it just like I think I actually auditioned for the Dana Carvey show with that character because it was in one of my, like, you know, sketch show things. And he remembered and called me. He was like, you got the job. Go to Capitol Records. We're going to do this. And oh my God. So that was like really my only other experience with voiceover, which is crazy. So I don't know.
Then you stepped right into it. Oh, who's calling?
Oh my God, it's my landline because my call box. Hold on. Talk about me.
Okay. Hey guys, so there's a ton of questions for Kate. So I'm going to need you guys to not put in the same question over and over again because, and I'm not going to ask her why she doesn't have kids. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Rookie move. Come on now. Oh my God, I love this.
Sorry.
Sir, we have a gentleman.
Instacart. What'd you get? What have you been eating? What have you been doing in all this crazy quarantine? Just Instacarting?
I do go to some stores. I don't want to say that, but I don't really. You really want to know my Instacart? I mean, God, okay, it's so boring. I'm so boring these days. I'm trying to like walk like 2.5-3 miles a day and just try to like get my head in shape. And I'm eating like mushrooms and eggs, kale. I'm so boring. So boring.
Lots of kale. Same.
Yeah, lots of kale.
Same.
That's why you look so great. Courtney, you look amazing. Seriously.
I'm like a veal. I haven't been out of the house in 5 months. So, except for to go to the hospital. So, I feel like my skin is a lot softer and paler, but flaccid, but very flaccid because I'm not even walking. It's terrifying. But
you'll be back in a second. I know you've got that. I see a question on the screen. Should I answer it?
You sure should.
It says, did you actually get drunk in any scenes? I'll tell you what. There was an episode of Moroccan Christmas. There's a scene where Michael Scott's bartending and he's like trying to look like the guy from Love Boat, and he hands Meredith a drink, and it's called One of Everything, and my character says, "Oh my God!" There was actually the first take. They fucked up, and there was real rum in the. I mean, there was real booze in it. They had not swapped out puddles. So I was like, it was like 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's the only time there was actually booze on the.
You're like,
so
what the what?
This is
who put rum in this?
Wait a minute. Somebody call NBC when I'm done. No, I know. So ridiculous.
Smell it. There was rum in it. I swear to God.
That's to God. So ridiculous. That was really the only time there was booze. Yeah, sorry. I was acting my ass off, you guys. I was acting so intensely otherwise.
Oh wow, you've got proposals in here.
Oh, what? This is so sudden.
Yeah. Demo Wolf wants to know if you would date a younger man, aka Demo Wolf.
Well, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm taken. My boyfriend is actually dancing with me at Dwight and Angela's wedding in the finale. My boyfriend Chris Haston, who I met on the show, he's the chief still photographer on NBC. So sorry.
Oh, guys, she's taken.
Sorry.
But that was a great question. I don't think we've had that so far.
No.
I think we're the first to get some.
I got to tell you, first season of The Office, I was like, I'm never getting laid on this show. I was so single. I was like, this is it, man. I look like, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Can I get a key light? Something? Nothing. The camera adds 10 years. I had like 3 cameras on me at all times. I look so old on the show.
Man, and they're digital now. not okay, guys.
No,
I don't
I
know who
know,
decided
right?
that was all right, but
Yeah.
gone are the days of like the dynasty, like Vaseline
Oh, the
ones.
filter. Bring on
Yeah,
the
The Office was
filter.
not that show.
Oh.
It was fluorescence all day long.
It was. Let me tell you something. And I did feel very brave because people, even while we were shooting, they said I looked better. My boyfriend said I looked better taking out the trash than I did on the show. And it's better to look better in real life, you guys. Seriously. Especially if you're going to do a character, like, brave, look like shit, but then, like, live your life and be like, hey, lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. Because then everyone walks up to you and they're like, "Oh my God, you're way prettier than you are on TV," and you're like, "Thanks."
I know I'm having
It's like
a
all
bad
the
day
people
when I
from
don't hear
Downton
that.
Abbey who work downstairs. It's like you see them on the red carpet. You're like, damn, girl.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much, though. I'm just saying. I mean, Meredith's wardrobe, and oh my God. I always had, like, you know, like one size fits all denim skirts. Like, what am I wearing? It was like usually very unflattering.
Wardrobe's just like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. You're so
And they're like,
nice."
maybe you want to take at the end of the series. I'm like, I'm good. I did take a jump.
You're like, "How about that,
Myself.
bitches? I like shoes. Thank you very much." Yeah. When I did on camera, it was always like, "Here's your chenille bathrobe," as they're like walking past all the regulars on like, you know, SWAT or whatever, and they're like, "Your vintage Dior blouse, ma'am," and I'm like, "Yeah."
The worst.
And they're like, "No, she doesn't need to go to makeup," and I'm like, "I need to go to makeup."
Like, it's optional? Are you kidding me?
I have, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
They're tough on women. You guys don't know.
They're tough on the funny ones.
They
The
are.
not funny ones get the extra love because they're not
It's
funny.
true. I can't tell you how many times I auditioned for something that said haggard woman, or like there was like haggard in the description. I'm like, what?
Totally.
How dare you?
Totally.
And
Which is so strange to me because when I remember, like, when I was going to IO for class, like, years ago, and you were in the lampshades and you were in like B-52 goddess attire, like, you were like smoking on that stage. And I don't
that's
mean,
so
like,
sweet.
you know,
But
like,
I did have a run in my jumpsuit by the ass. So I mean, there was a little sad sack to the glamour. You know, it was a little bit like, but yeah, I had a comedy act called The Lampshades. If you guys don't know, you can look it up. We do like mashups of 70s and 80s songs. We've been off for a year. We were supposed to go back in May, and that didn't happen. So yeah, those are the days. That's all right. It's all
well,
good.
I'm looking forward to seeing them back whenever that happens.
I always say to young comedians, create characters older than yourself. If you're doing your own act, if you're doing an act like that, because then you'll only get better with time. You won't be like, why is she trying to look younger? You know. So the sadder, the
Unless
better.
you're Lily
Great.
Tomlin, and then you can
Well,
do
that's
it.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
One
true.
ranking.
So few people are Lily Tomlin, right?
It's so true. It's so true.
I love her.
People want to know, did you actually shave your head when you
I
had
did
lice?
not. I did not. You know, I did most of my own stunts on the show. That was one I decided not to, and they asked me to. They begged me
They
to.
asked you to?
Yeah, they're actually so disappointed when I said no. But it was the last season, and I thought, you know what? Like, is there a plan B? Because I don't look that good, you know. Plus, like, it's not like I'm gonna get an Emmy for like a cancer performance. You know what I mean? It's a joke, you know. It's just like so we had the guy. Right. Exactly. And yeah, so we actually had this guy, Ed French. He's like the guy that teaches everybody how to do a bald cap. He did it, and he did that woman in the first Star Trek the movie, like back in 1980. He did her bald cap, so he perfected it. So I feel like I was in very good hands.
I'm just impressed because you have so much hair. That's a
Yeah, that's all
like,
crazy.
a lot of the
way
times
that
when
they
you go
do-
bald cap, it's very like you see the kind of bulbousness of the hair. And
he sculpted the hell out of my hair. There's this stuff that they put on it that literally makes it like it's sculpted every day. It took 4 hours to get in and 2.5 hours to get out every day. Brutal. I have no respect for sci-fi people. Seriously.
yeah, can you imagine? Ooh, your skin must
He
be
even
ruined.
paints like the blue veins. He paints the stipple from like the hair that's growing. It's unbelievable. Like, the process is fantastic. If you're someone else, if you're just watching.
Exactly. Otherwise, you're just now. Come on. Of course, that's her natural red hair. Come on, let's not do these questions, kids.
Let me tell you something. I own this hair. 6R, L'Oreal, CVS. You too can own it.
So Dina Sledge wants to know how much of Meredith is Kate and how much of Kate is Meredith.
Well, I will tell you, my dad owned a bar, Flannery's Tavern in Philadelphia. So I feel like I come by playing an alcoholic, quite honestly. There was always a woman, and then I bartended and waited tables forever, and there was always like one woman that was drinking with the guys that was still at the bar. So I've met many Merediths. I've been doing research my entire life. So I totally understood the beast for sure.
Now, can I ask you, so when you said, I have to say, I watched you on Dancing with the Stars, and I'm a total Dancing with the Stars nerd. And did you really keep your waitressing job?
I did.
For the first season of The Office?
And I didn't know if it was going to go. And there were like 6 of us that were not technically regulars yet, so we didn't know. Like Angela and Brian, who plays Kevin, Oscar, Phyllis, and Stan, Leslie David Baker, who plays Stanley. We were all like in the same group, and they were like, "Well, we'll see." And I was like, "I'm not gonna quit. I don't know." So yeah, so I was actually working when the show first started to air in 2005, like in the restaurant beyond the TV. So crazy, at a restaurant in Beverly Hills.
You know what, guys, I have to say this because I'm sure that some people are aspiring actors on this feed here. And it is so, I have seen
You're frozen.
my commercial got canceled. Can I?
Totally. Oh my gosh. That happened a lot. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's so,
a little frozen.
guys, like.
But having to work another job, as I say, having to work another job is not punishment if you're pursuing your dreams. Sometimes it's just part of the deal. You just suck it up. Don't judge because it's not true. You don't feel desperate. Whatever doesn't make you feel desperate and pays your bills.
Yeah. I bartended and waited tables forever. And it's just good. You never know what's going to happen. So that's our cautionary tale. And if you guys are just joining us, not only are we handing out aspiring actor tidbits, but we're also asking you to make sure that you're registered to vote. And you can go to bit.ly/NerdsVote with a capital N, capital V to register to vote. You can get your friends to register to vote there. And also, please do make a point of supporting the post office. We need the post office. We need to have voting by mail. And you can support them by buying merch and sending postcards. What else do you have to do right now in this pandemic besides write cards?
Resume the beauty of sending long love letters to secret admirers.
Mm-hmm. Practice
That's a great idea. Little documentation of what's happening right now. Your own personal breakdown on paper.
Use a feather.
Yeah, nobody knows how to use cursive anymore, so take that up.
Right. Bring back the power of the quill.
So true. Have you heard Jennifer Lewis's song about registering to vote? Have you seen
No.
that? She plays Anthony Anderson's mom on Blackish, Jennifer Lewis. She's brilliant. I got to do Match Game with her a couple years ago with Alec Baldwin. Let me pick up that name I just dropped. Sorry. So fun. But
what a name.
Oh my God. But if you go to Jennifer Lewis on Instagram, you can find it very quick. She posted a lot. She goes, "I don't care where you live or where you work. Get your ass out and vote." She's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And she's playing the piano. And
all of her songs, especially when she's singing with Brandy.
Amazing.
They're so good.
But literally, most of the song is just the words, "Get your ass out and vote. Get your ass out and vote. Get your ass." I mean, you get the point. Get your ass out and vote.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah.
Get your ass out and vote 2 times.
It doesn't take much. Yeah.
So,
Doesn't take.
Meredith. Sorry.
She's so believable.
I know. So Kate, do you have like an early voting memory, like the first time you voted, or just like a memorable time that you went to vote? Like, did you have a weird polling place?
You know what? Growing up, when I was in college, my last 3 years of college, I transferred schools. I was in Virginia, and then I went back to Philly, and I was living with my parents. This is a fail story, but it's a cautionary fail story. I did some volunteer work for this guy who wanted to be a congressman in our district, and he was really cute, which is why I volunteered. And I'm sorry, I'm ashamed of myself, but yeah. And then I messed up, and I was my voting thing was in the suburbs, and I was going to school in the city, and I missed the train to vote. I was so upset that I couldn't vote for this guy. I can't even, like, it, to this day, I feel like I really let him down. Like, I let him down. Yeah. So I decided, I made a pact that would never happen again. So I vote for every. It's true. I will vote for every small election. It doesn't matter. They're all important. They're all important for different reasons. And when you see the people that are volunteering, and if you've never voted, you'll go to like a gym or a school auditorium or whatever. I mean, there's some weird places, and there's people who are citizens who were not born here who are volunteering so that everyone else can vote. I mean, I brought like snacks to, I mean, I just feel like my heart goes out to these people because because I was always struggling. So I couldn't necessarily, I guess I could have, but I didn't volunteer. Anyway.
You did volunteer. You volunteered some. You can't volunteer for everything, Kate.
This is true. But then I got my ass out and voted. I mean, you just gotta do what you gotta follow your heart. And this is the thing. If you can sleep at night on election night and think, who cares? I mean, if you're upset at all, you don't have a right to be upset if you didn't vote. You don't have a right to an opinion if you didn't vote. Sorry. It's that harsh, but it's true. And it doesn't take that much. Yeah. And now there's absentee. I started to do absentee a few years ago just in case, because I travel so much. So I was like, oh my God, God forbid. I mean, even if it's for like judges or something like that other people don't think is that important, but whatever. And then you do as much research as you can. I'll ask friends online, or like, I'll just get certain like polling things sent to me, and like, I kind of get a glimpse of, or if there's someone I really respect and possibly agree with, then I'll ask. I don't necessarily follow everything they say, but I at least get some information. Because it is sometimes, it's a little daunting sometimes with the smaller elections, but that's okay.
Which are really not the smaller elections.
No, I know.
Like November 3rd, you're like, I got a couple of choices on November 3rd. Then you get to like the midterms in California, and you're like, it's like, Monty Python, the scroll. You're just like, okay, great. That's right. What we also talk about quite a bit here on NerdsVote and Between Two Nerds, is the idea that you can get together with friends, and it's so much more fun, obviously not in a pandemic, most things are, but you can just have a Zoom call and kind of divvy up all of the candidates and the ballot measures and stuff, and just kind of be like, okay, everybody, let's have like 20-30 minutes. You go through, you find out, and you just kind of report back, because then it's not one person doing all the work and the next person doing all the work. You can kind of, you don't have to agree, but you can just be like, hey, this is the stuff I found, and people can make their own conclusions. But then you can have a cocktail or eat a baked potato together or whatever over Zoom while you look at your options.
I don't recommend voting and drinking all the time for most people, because those dots are small, and if you mess it up, whoa, I'm just saying.
That's true.
Drink in victory of your completion.
That's right. Drink after you've done everything. But yeah, just that idea that you can do it and, make it with friends, make it more community oriented. And now, because of the pandemic, everything is going to be a little crazier as far as voting day goes. So it's a great time to make choices about voting by mail. And if you are going to vote in person, to make sure that you have a plan, because, you're going to need to find parking, and there's going to be lines and things like that. So
Right.
plan ahead.
And bring a snack. Don't suffer. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Just like if it's, I mean, time wise, like don't freak out.
Yes. Bring snacks and your phone charger, more importantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Because I feel like-
a good attitude. Yeah.
And a
Some
good attitude.
Some people like to vote in anger. That's fine. Whatever gets you out. Whatever. My initial proclivity was lust. So yeah, whatever it takes. You guys. Maybe I am Meredith. Maybe I really am Meredith. Oh my God.
I feel like there's some crossover.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, I worked with you for several years on KO, and there was a lot of you and Carol crossover, which was very sweet. So I know you don't have kids, but if you did, I mean,
well,
you would
my
be
boyfriend has 3 kids, and I've been with him for 14 years. So the youngest was 5 when I first met him. So we certainly had times. I mean, I know, I've had a little bit of tricky parental vibage, but staying in my lane, of course. But yes, a lot of love for kids that are not necessarily mine, but have been in my life for most of their lives. So
Same.
step
mom's
mommy
ever.
vibes. Yeah.
So it looks like you got your dance moves are still happening. I need to talk about it because I'm a dance nerd. Tell me everything. How did you get on the show? How scared were you at the beginning? Did you get to keep the costumes? Did the wardrobe department love you because you got amazing costumes? Like everyone was so good. The blue feathers, I would have stolen. I just would have walked out.
Oh my God, you were hilarious. I never expected to be on Dancing with the Stars. And I have to be honest with you, I hadn't watched it in the last few years. So when they asked me to be on it, I thought maybe they were just like killing time, like, oh, we're just seeing a few people and we'll let you know. But they were like, I was in that meeting for like an hour and a half. Like they wouldn't let me go. They're like, no, we really want you. I'm like, but let me give you some reasons why you shouldn't want me. No, we want you. I hadn't danced since college. I'm 55 years old. I'm like, what the hell? I'd frozen shoulder. I was just like, I had some family stuff that was like, what? I couldn't even imagine it. But, I have to say it was one of the best teacher-student relationships I've ever had. My partner was the best teacher, and it really helped me to just focus on myself. Like I did not compete in any way, shape, or form with the 20-year-olds because I was literally, for most of the competition, I was the oldest person and the oldest female, and all the other women were in their 20s, which is horrifying. So they'd be like, hey,
You did amazing. It was amazing to watch you. I looked at you like the first night and I was like, it was so great. You could actually see, because so many people are kind of like, by sort of the glare. I'm sure the lights are insane and stuff. I mean, I have gone and seen it in person. I know there's tons of lights, but because I'm a dance nerd. But that you could actually see you like making faces and kind of like like looking at at Pasha, and I loved it. And then like by week really fast, but then by like week 4, you like just were like, rah! And it was so great to see like your like legs and your footwork and everything was so like. I was just like, yes, girl, look at you. You just destroyed that place. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
You were a beast.
I really had an amazing experience, I will say. I'm going to show you. But I have to tell you, the night that I got eliminated, I wasn't even back in my dressing room. And like, it says Dancing with the Stars season 28. It's like, thanks a lot. Get out. Like, they're so ready for you to go when you go, which is fine. But I'm so lucky, though. I actually got to be on the tour. I got to tour with Dancing with the Stars live, and I was gone from like January till March.
Yeah, and I bet those 20-year-old bitches didn't get to be there, did they?
Well, they actually, a couple of them got like a week or 2, but I got 54 shows, which is nuts. So it was nuts. Yeah.
So yeah, bye.
But yeah. But the costumes are amazing. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest. The whole like. I was hilarious starting rehearsal, but I feel like they barely showed. I mean, hilarious. I was throwing a lot of jokes at them, basically trying to deflect and kill time and stall because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I will joke, but they didn't show a lot of my. I mean, they showed some of it, but I'm like, wow, tough crowd. Like the producers, like cut. So it's it was so in a way I was out of my comfort zone, but in a good way. I think I also I want to say to everybody who's getting older or who hasn't done something that they kind of secretly have like that. I wish I could. if I can do it, you can do it. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, you give yourself a chance, like another chapter, because people take themselves out of the race like so quickly. And I really learned how to like move through some pain and like just get, and then feel like the endorphins. I'm like, oh my God, I hadn't done cardio in years. I'm not kidding. Oh my God, so crazy. But you know, so it's been a real gift, and I've kept up a lot of the cardio since then. I feel like, what's her name? Nancy, oh my God, the investigator on Headline News, Nancy Grace, because she was on the show. She was like, she kept dancing, and I was like, I'm the Nancy Grace of the office. But I'm still in touch with Pasha and his wife, Daniela. And, you know, I've made some really great friends with a lot of the dancers on the road. And, you know, I get to host and dance at Radio City Music Hall. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. My life is nuts.
That's amazing.
And it's amazing. And if I just played a drunk at the office, that would have been fine too. Seriously. But to get to do OKKO with you, Courtney, was amazing. And then to get to do Dancing with the Stars, like, it really is like an embarrassment of...
Let's try to share with Dancing with the Stars. Thanks. I'm like, you got to, like, I am just super impressed, and it has nothing to do with age or fitness level or anything like that, but just the fact that I think it must be terrifying. I was nervous sitting in the seats for people, you know, because those things are slippery, and you know, what if you fall into the splits and you can't get back up, and people have to come and help you, and it's the whole thing.
Right. No, and I felt the first dress rehearsal. I hit my knee. I had like a knob on my knee. I'm like, what the hell? I was walking down the steps and like their shoes are so slippery and they make you walk up to the thing. So but it was fine. But it's just like, oh my God, like I got to really watch my ass. I mean, I really got to watch it, because this is real. It's not real, but it's real. It's so weird. God, it's so weird. But I have to say, I had a great time, and I lasted so much longer than I thought I would. So
would you continue if it wasn't a pandemic? I mean, do you still? So one of the questions we ask is like, how are you keeping sane during all of this? And, you know, like, what are you doing to stay creative and stuff? Are you still dancing at home? Are you making your boyfriend dance with you?
We actually have lessons. Pasha bought us ballroom dance lessons, but they're not really doing them right now. It's a funky time. Mm-hmm. If they did them outside, maybe we could do it because we're together, but I don't know. I am dancing a little bit, mostly in the living room. I'm doing the elliptical. I'm doing like 2.5 miles a day, you know, just trying to stay in shape. And I'm skiing twice a week. I had a big tour with Jane Lynch that just got postponed for another year. Jane Lynch and I have been singing together for years. We did a Christmas album together that did very well.
It was amazing. If they come to your town, they are amazing. I said, I have seen it. If they come to your town, Jane Lynch, Kate Flannery, amazing.
So we'll be back. We'll be back. You know, post pandemic. We had some gigs that were booked in Alaska in September, but they're going to be next September, and then a big Christmas tour again, but in 2021. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot to look forward to if I make it through this insanity. So yeah, I'm washing my hands as fast as I can. Yeah. How about you, Court? Are you okay? How are you doing? You had surgery. Holy crap. And
I did.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I just got, you know, they just did they pulled my gallbladder through my belly button or something. It was gross. No big deal. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Actually, I went and had surgery right after I did an episode of the show.
Are you kidding?
I literally left. I can't even remember I think it was Michael Grant Terry. We were interviewing him, and I was just like, and luckily I was in the iPad, so it wasn't. I think I was in I don't even remember. Maybe I blacked out.
You were.
Okay. Yeah. And then I left and went and got my my results back, and they were like, you have to have surgery right now. And I was like, cool.
I gotta go.
You're getting mad props for Wizards of Waverly Place.
Now, what's weird about Wizards is that it's kind of my Lampshades character, but Disneyfied. They took out my my cleavage and Hamilton. Literally.
Nice.
And the guy that plays my husband was my Lampshades partner. So it was because the showrunner is a Second City friend of ours that we knew from Chicago when we worked there. And he was like, you know, what would be great for, you know, the best friend's parents would be the Lampshades, because the parents had never been seen on the show. And there's like kind of folklore, like it makes sense if they're on the road and they're a dying lounge act. So there you go. So full circle. But I love Jennifer. And Selena, actually, the last time I saw her, she literally like pulled me over at an Emmy party like 5 years ago, and they insisted that I sit with her. She's actually pretty cool. I think Justin Bieber had just broken her heart for the 75th time. It's tough. God bless. Right? Oh my God, you guys are frozen. Can I hear you? Okay.
Everybody, get off the internet.
Oh yeah, I was on Jesse
so
too.
We're gonna
That was
ask
the
a
other
couple
thing.
things.
Okay. No,
No,
someone
you
was just
go.
asking about the show.
Someone has said the video quality is bad. Yes.
What
Yeah.
can I do?
You're fine. I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, good.
We just had bad. Sorry, go ahead and repeat yourself because I think you dropped out.
No, I was on an episode of the show Jesse with Debbie Ryan. I played the kind of a love interest for Bertram, but it didn't really go anywhere. I was Corporal Cookie. I was on the same episode that Molly Shannon was. It was really fun, actually.
Corporal Cookie. All right. I'm writing that down.
No, I know.
If you guys are just joining us, we are Between Two Nerds. This is Kate Flannery from The Office and from Dancing with the Stars. We are here to promote some voting education and information. Please make sure that you head to our pinned comment below and go to our bit.ly/NerdsVote, capital N, capital V, to register to vote, and get your friends to register to vote as well.
Get everybody on board.
Your parents, your kids,
everybody.
your friends, your frenemies, everyone.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite pizza?
I'm a pepperoni fan, and I've been doing a lot of the cauliflower, the douchey cauliflower dough, just because it's lower carbs. But pepperoni with cauliflower crust. I know, I'm that guy now. Who have I become?
So, you're so Californian.
I know, right? Bullshit. Sorry, I forgot to ask if I can curse, and I've been cursing. I'm sorry.
You can totally
Sorry,
curse.
everybody. Please vote.
It's fine.
Get your shit
It's fine.
together. Okay.
Make up for it by answering my question about do you have any causes that you support, things that are dear to your heart?
I am so self-centered. I really just think about myself.
I was trying to help you out here, Kate, but let's go with this.
Yeah, there's this.
I was digging you back out of, okay.
I actually like to donate at jackdaniels.org. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Terrible. Actually,
It's not a nonprofit.
It's not? Oh, that explains so much. Actually, there is, all right, it's a very obscure charity, but there's the Native Americans that are in an area in New Mexico called Tehachapi. There's St. Mary's in Tehachapi, New Mexico. And I donate to them a lot because I know the priest that runs the program there, Father Dale Jameson. He's awesome, hands-on. My sister, Susie, she actually volunteered on a reservation for 5 years in Zuni with him. And so I got to know like what they do. And they're just the greatest. You know, they really help. There's no like, they don't do any advertising. There's no, like, they don't waste their money on anything, which sometimes I wish they would waste their money so that they could get more money, but that's not how it works. So St. Mary's in Tehachapi, New Mexico, they're the greatest. I mean, they really help. Really.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, kind of in line with that, Kate, one question that we'd like to ask all of our guests is, who are you voting for? And when we ask that, we're not asking like candidate or party. We're asking that when you're casting your ballot, is there anybody specific or a group or specific groups that you have in mind that you want your ballot to affect?
Well, I'm very concerned with, I come from a family that's a lot of social workers. And even though my dad owned a bar, he was very much like a social worker. He had the rooms above the bar. And he used to take care of a lot of kids. He had a lot of boarders up there. Yeah. I mean, seriously, like I remember like some of these guys didn't have a friend in the world, but and my dad buried a lot of these guys, and so we would be at the funeral. We showed up, but you know, I mean, my dad, if they couldn't make the rent, he'd let them work it off. So you know, I mean, I'm really, I just feel like there's not enough attention on helping the poor, and there's so much greed, and I vote for the the least greedy person I can find, or the person that really shows me that they're taking into action social justice. And social justice is a new concept to some people. It's something I was raised on. And I think that there's some religions that had some of it and then lost it, or like they got the focus lost, but whatever. I don't want to get into religion at all because it's not about that at all. But I do think like whenever you can help someone who, I think there's a mentality now, like I have mine, too bad you don't have yours. There's a lot of that. And it's just sickening. I mean, I don't know about where you guys live, but like I know the homeless, the situation is, it's everywhere. And I see homeless people every day. I live in the city, and I live in a more city part of LA than most people. So I see diversity, I see change, and I don't want to medal for that. I'm not patting myself on the back, but for me, I need my representatives to see what I see and to think about and to take action for the things that I care about. So, did I answer your question?
Beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a great one.
And I know there's so much imperfection in the process. I know that. But I just feel like there's systems that are so out of balance, and there's so many people that are just not thought of and not taken care of. And I'm not talking about the scumbags, I'm talking, when I say the scumbags, I don't mean people who are whatever. I feel like there's more scumbags that are not thinking of homeless people. Homeless people are not the scumbags. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, you guys.
And it's important to kind of shine a light on people who, advocating for people who can't advocate for themselves,
Yep.
be it because of misfortune or drug addiction,
mental illness. Yeah, lots of
mental illness is a huge one. I really appreciate you. A lot of people talk about like they want to advocate for their kids and they want to leave a better place for the world, and all of that is amazing.
It depends on the kids. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
It does. It really does. My kids are dogs, so they're not getting anything. But I'm just paying medical bills. But to turn a light onto the people that can't advocate for themselves, because you think about like, oh, just pick up your phone or send an email to say what you think. We talk so much about keeping in touch with your reps and advocating for what you want to see in the world, but there's so many people who don't have access to even that.
That's right. And the concept is intimidating, and they've been marginalized, so they don't have the courage to even have, or the energy. Like they're just trying to get by, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's so out of balance right now, and I'm so worried about with the pandemic, those that were in a bad place are even. It's grim. It's grim for a lot of people, and now there's long lines to get food for people who had jobs and had food and never faced this before. So it's like, oh my gosh, you guys. We have to, I just think we just have to show up at the polls if we have any opinions about anything. And you don't get to bitch if you didn't vote. You don't.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's kind of boring, right? Everybody wants to bitch, right? It's a right. So go vote. Register.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Like you can't be pissed at how slow or the direction of the boat is going if you're not rowing.
Yep.
And literally we have to start to steer I keep saying, set it and forget it. Politics is no longer, and like politics is where people are like, I don't do politics. I'm like, well, this isn't even about politics. It's about really trying to just have a hand in steering your own country.
Right.
And that starts at home. It's super important to vote in the smaller local elections, and all the way up to, people who hold the office that appoint judges and things like that. So,
it's funny. I have to
great.
tell you, my dad owned a bar in Philadelphia for years. My grandfather started at Flannery's Tavern. He was up all night thinking of the title. But we always had off and he always had off on election day because bars used to be closed, so people wouldn't drink and vote, which is why I brought that up. And
That's
so
right.
we would have half a day. He would take us out of school after lunch, so we would kind of go on like a little bit of a road trip. And I always remember, so election day was always like a special day as a kid. And then I remember taking my dad, and he's in his 90s and he doesn't drive anymore. I remember I drove him to vote in 2016, and I was so like happy to be a part, you know, to make sure that he got his voice heard, and my sister didn't have to take off work because I don't live near him anymore. And it was just like, and it was like, look at the old dude, like showing up. So, you know, I mean, if somebody in their 90s can do it, who has a broken hip, come on, guys, get it together. You know, and it's also like, it's a point of pride. You actually feel, it actually gives you self-esteem to vote. No matter the outcome, it really has, it makes you feel like you are more invested in the outcome of everything. So just like you pay rent or you pay your mortgage or you pay your bills, vote. Get that in your head that that's part of being an adult. It's part of being a good citizen, and just and you get all the benefits of what that brings. It's an esteemable act.
And you get a sticker.
There you go. Who doesn't love stickers? Oh my gosh.
And who doesn't love stickers? So many stickers. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. And you can also go online to Kate Flannery's Instagram and her Twitter and tell her that you voted and that she is your spirit animal, and all the wonderful, loving comments that are going down. And
This is true, you guys.
See,
if you vote, then you get to have a drink. But no, actually, register. Why don't you register right now and then have a drink? Seriously, like, let's do it together, right? We can hang out online after we. Can you?
Yeah,
only if you're
that's fine.
old enough.
As long as
only
afterwards.
And then
Only
if you vote, I'm gonna give you a Dundee. It's a virtual Dundee, right?
Guys. So if you go on to our bit.ly, you can go ahead and register to vote, and then you can hit up Kate later and you will get all the fabulous prizes you just mentioned.
Right?
You can do shots with Kate Flannery. And you can
old enough to
pre-register,
vote.
but not
Right.
shots if you're too young to vote. So we sign off our show with a character, usually, like popular character that you would have done. But we've had people sing, we possibly dance. Yes.
I got something for you. Oh, first, can I plug this really fast? They made a doll of a Funko Pop of Meredith's Casual Friday. I just want to say
Yes.
that undoes everything I talked about social justice. I just promoted myself. It's terrible. Okay.
No, it's fine. You can do both.
Okay.
You can do both.
Whenever you're ready, you tell me. You tell me when you're ready.
Ready? Well, why don't you grab that if you want to just sign off as Casual Friday, Meredith, or you can sing.
I have another idea. Super fast.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, can you see? Wait, I'm gonna go.
Oh God, please sing. Please sing. Please dance. Please dance.
Oh my gosh. I'm flopping. Wait. I shouldn't have had that drink.
Oh, my Scranton heart is so proud.
Scranton forever. Thank you guys. Go register. Thank you guys. Seriously, you're awesome. Go register. Seriously, register. You'll feel better.
And
Don't talk to me
and
until you
remember to
register.
vote. That's right.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. Kate, you are amazing. I adore you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
You guys, I wish we were all in the same room next time. Hopefully soon.
Well, hopefully it won't always be like this, where we have to do this remotely. Hopefully I'll get to sit in your lap for the next one. You can,
What could go wrong? Right? Love you guys.
Love you so much. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. You guys, thank you for tuning in, you guys. Seriously. Vote.
Get the Casual Friday Pop Funko as well. Bug Kate when you register, and have a wonderful evening. And we will see you guys on Thursday. Do you know who's our special guest?
Is it Robert Darwin?
Today? Who?
Is it Robert Darwin?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's Robbie David!
What? I'm like, I hope it is. I think it is.
From Spider-Man and Final Fantasy 15, Robbie David is joining us on Between Two Nerds. He's amazing. We cannot wait to have him.
That's right. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please do register to vote. You can follow us at NerdsVote on social media, at NerdsVote USA on Facebook, if y'all still do that. And we'll see you on Thursday. Thank you so much.
See y'all.
Bye. Oh, wait. I'll do that again.